besides being two successful fighters in their careers. Stone Cold and Mike Tyson are powerful men who have made a lot of money. But have you ever wondered which of them has the most luxurious life? In this video, you'll see a fierce battle between Stone Cold and Mike Tyson. So let's get to the fight. Before we get started, I challenge you. You have to click on subscribe and activate notifications, check the option all. But you have to do that in less than 5 seconds. You got it? And if you can, write in the comments #allaboutSubscribe. Alright, let's get started. Most expensive property. When it comes to good places to live, both athletes don't skimp. But who owns the most luxurious property? Steve Austin once owned a property in Marina del Rey, in the U.S. state of California. Built in 1953, the design house has elegant decor and more than 2,700 square feet of living space. Among the property's main spaces are an open layout living room and an 8-person dining area with a glass table, which integrates the custom kitchen with stainless steel appliances and a countertop with seating for casual meals. There is also a family room next to the kitchen that appears to be quite cozy, where there is a TV and a modern fireplace, as well as other living spaces to gather in daily. The house has a total of 4 bedrooms, including the spacious master suite, with doors opening onto the garden and a lovely bathroom with a solid surface soaking tub. In addition to this, the property also has 2 other updated bathrooms with electric mirrors, and while Steve Austin lived there, he also improvised a gym to train without leaving the house. Outside, the property is situated on an 8,000 square foot lot, which has very green lawns, a landscaped garden, a leisure area with a swimming pool, and plenty of seating areas for entertaining or relaxing outdoors, where the former wrestler has already shared a video of his dog swimming. According to some sources, Steve Austin bought the main property in 2007 for the trifle of $2 million, and in 2017, he acquired a property next door for another $1.49 million. In 2021, he sold the complex for $3.395 million, although other sources report that he only disposed of one of the properties. Moving on to Mike Tyson. He was married to his ex-wife, Monica Turner. They lived in a beautiful mansion in a gated community in Bethesda, Maryland. Situated on a 2.5-acre lot, the 19,000 square foot residence is able to offer every comfort imaginable. Going into its interior, we can see that the decor is very clean, having a color palette in light tones. One point that stands out in this property is that all rooms have large window openings, which bring excellent natural lighting. The interior of the mansion has several rooms which only exist in homes of this magnitude, such as a beautiful piano room in order to play his favorite songs, a fireplace in the living rooms to warm up on the colder days, a sophisticated dining room decorated with a luxurious chandelier, a rustic, wood-paneled office, a TV room equipped with a large projector, a weight training gym with views to the nature, a game rooms with a pool table, beside many other things. Going up to the house's second floor is where the master suite is located, which features a gigantic walk-in closet and a luxurious bathroom with a spectacular hot tub in the center. The external area of the property is not overshadowed by its interior, being equipped with excellent structures such as a beautiful pool and even a basketball court. In addition, it was in this gigantic space that Mike Tyson was once spotted taking a walk with one of his famous tigers. And according to some sources, this incredible property was ceded to his ex-wife after they divorced in 2003. And as reported in the media, in 2021 the property that once belonged to Tyson was sold for the small sum of almost $4,600,000. And for owning the most valuable property, Mike Tyson wins this round. Point for him. Exaggerated luxuries. Both stars have plenty of money to buy whatever they want, but which one has the most extravagant expenses? Mike Tyson, for example, has 3 pet tigers, paying around $70,000 for each one. And just to keep these feline animals, he spent around $125,000 a year. When it came to styling his look, Tyson didn't like to skimp either, having been spotted sporting accessories like a $5,000 Rolex Oyster Perpetual, a $12,000 Cartier Pasha, a $18,000 Rolex Day-Date, a $33,000 Hublot Big Bang Unico WBC, a $40,000 Rolex Daytona White Gold, But the fighter's most expensive jewelry was a bracelet and watch made entirely with diamonds, whose price was estimated at around $630,000. At the height of his success, the fighter also enjoyed throwing lavish parties, such as his 30th birthday, which was attended by a guest list of 700 with many stars, an event that cost him around $400,000. Some sources also say that Mike Tyson was very generous to the people he cared about, having even given several luxury cars as gifts to his friends. Meanwhile, Steve Austin likes to invest his money in shoes. In an interview with Complex, the former fighter showed off some of the sneakers he's owned, such as Nike Shox NZ $100, Magnum Stealth Force 8.0 boot $100, Brooks Glycerin 20 $160. And when the star was interviewed in a store, he took the opportunity to take a few more home, among them Air Jordan 13 Del Sol $280, Air Jordan 5 Racer Blue $320, Air Jordan 3 Fire Red $320, and a Nike Zoom Kobe 5 Protro X Undefeated for $820, totaling $1,883 spent on shopping. To always be well-dressed and stylish, Steve Austin also spends a lot of money on watches, such as his Shin 1 SDR, which measures 44 mm and is made from submarine steel, which gives it greater resistance in extreme conditions of use, with an average price of $3,500. Another watch he has owned is an elegant Omega Seamaster 300M chronograph made of stainless steel, which, depending on the specifications, can cost as much as $8,600. The former wrestler also loves to have fun on the high seas, having been spotted, for example, cruising around on a Kawasaki Ultra 310 LX, a very modern electric jet ski powered by a high-performance 4-stroke engine. And to give you an idea of the price, the newest models of this jet ski cost more than $20,000. Steve Austin has also been seen on a Seabreacher X, a 2-seater semi-submersible mini-submarine. With a design similar to that of a shark, the submersible is perfect for those who like to go on adventures, as it is even capable of jumping out of the water. The submarine also has a 260 horsepower supercharged engine, and although it's not certain whether it belongs to Steve Austin, a new model costs from $80,000. When it comes to getting around the world, Steve Austin often uses sophisticated aircraft. He has flown, for example, in a Robinson R-44, one of the most reliable helicopter models, which, depending on the specifications, can carry 3 passengers in addition to the pilot, in a 46 cubic foot cabin. To buy a helicopter like this, you have to pay around $500,000, while the average hourly charter rate is $900. Steve Austin also often shares photos of what appears to be his private jet, the Hawker 400 XP, a medium-sized twin-engine executive aircraft ideal for interstate and international travel. The interior of the jet can carry up to 8 passengers in comfort and refinement. Called the N865TM, the former wrestler's jet seems to offer plenty of comfort for him and his dogs to travel safely between the country's states while enjoying unique views that only aircraft like this can provide. And although it's not certain whether he owns the aircraft, it's estimated that the price of a jet of this model costs around $2.5 million. And since they both spend a lot of money in different ways, let's call this round a draw. Points for both of them. Vehicles. Both wrestlers like to enjoy beautiful vehicles, but who owns the most expensive ones? Stone Cold, for example, has been seen with several vehicles, such as 2008 Kawasaki KLX 450 for $7,200, Kawasaki Mule SX for $9,000, Kawasaki Brute Force 750 for $11,000, Kawasaki Mule Pro MX for $15,000, 1988 Dodge Ramcharger for $17,000, 1965 Ford F100 for $20,000, Kawasaki Mule Pro FXT for $20,000, Kawasaki Teryx 4 from $21,000, 1959 Ford F100 from $22,000, 1995 Ford Bronco from $23,000, 1996 Chevrolet Suburban for $26,000, Kawasaki Teryx KRX 1000 from $27,000, 2003 Ford Focus from $30,000, 2003 Chevrolet Silverado Z71 from $32,000, 1974 Chevrolet Camaro Z28 from $35,000. Jeep Wrangler 4x4 for $38,000. Buick Special 1955 from $40,000. 1971 Corvette Stingray from $41,000. Ford Fairlane 1964 from $51,000. Chevrolet C10 for $57,000. Ford F-150 for $75,000. Corvette C7 for $79,000. And even a 2016 Range Rover for $87,000. One of the most impressive vehicles that Steve Austin drove, which became his trademark during his fights, was a customized monster truck. This robust machine was seen a few times during wrestling competitions, including being used to crush some other vehicles, such as The Rock's Lincoln Continental. To give you an idea of the price of this car, it is estimated that the former wrestler's vehicle is valued at around $150,000. But the most impressive car he drove was a McLaren 720S, a super sports car made for those who like speed. To give you an idea of its power, the vehicle is equipped with a 720 horsepower V8 engine, capable of accelerating from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 2.9 seconds, reaching a top speed of 211 miles per hour. According to some sources, the former wrestler's incredible car is valued at around $340,000. In addition to all these cars, it is speculated that he once owned other rather impressive vehicles, but they no longer seem to be part of his collection. Mike Tyson, for his part, has been seen with several vehicles, such as a $40,000 Mercedes-Benz 380 SL, a $60,000 Mercedes-Benz 560 SL, a $75,000 Rolls-Royce Spur, a $95,000 Cadillac Scarlet, a $120,000 Bentley Continental T, a $130,000 Rolls-Royce Corniche, a $300,000 Bentley Continental SC, a $340,000 Rolls-Royce Ghost, a $350,000 Rolls-Royce Cullinan, a $450,000 Rolls-Royce Phantom, a $500,000 Lamborghini Super Diablo Twin Turbo, a $600,000 Jaguar XJ220, and several sources speculate that one of the most expensive cars he has ever owned was a Ferrari F50, one of the most sought-after Ferraris in the world. This supercar is powered by a V12 engine, capable of accelerating from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.7 seconds, managing to reach a top speed of 202 miles per hour. And to give you an idea of price, depending on its state of preservation, you can find this legendary Ferrari easily going for over $1 million. And for owning a more luxurious garage, Mike Tyson wins this round. Point for him. Real estate portfolio. Both actors like to buy real estate, but who has the most valuable portfolio? Mike Tyson, for example, when he had just started making money, he decided to buy a mansion in Southington, Ohio, where he lived during the 1980s. Going inside the property, we can see that everything is very different and luxurious, probably being handpicked to meet the fighter's desires. In one of the rooms, for example, there are golden details with lamps pointing to the center, a place he was supposed to use to hold his parties. The bathrooms, on the other hand, are capable of impressing anyone for their impactful and luxurious decoration. The place has coatings made of black marble and many golden details, which seem to be gold-plated, such as the stunning hot tub bath that is surrounded by glass and had the tub entirely customized with golden objects. The property also features large wooden sheds, where Tyson likely used to hold his events with a larger number of guests. In one of these areas there are huge heated pools, a place so big that they look like resort pools. Although today the property is completely abandoned, we can imagine that in the 1980s it must have been extremely luxurious. And according to some sources, in 2014 the property was bought for $1,100,000 by a church that restored the entire complex to become a shrine. Currently, Mike Tyson lives in a gated community in Seven Hills in Henderson, Nevada, a condominium in which he once owned 2 properties. The athlete's first mansion in the area was a beautiful white house of contemporary architecture. Although it was built in 2001, the property has undergone several renovations and therefore maintains modern and sophisticated details. One of the areas that most draws attention in this house is the outdoor area, where there is an infinity pool with 2 spas and even an illuminated waterfall. In all, The property is about 5,740 square feet, being divided into 6 bedrooms and 6 luxurious bathrooms. And according to media reports, Tyson decided to sell that property for nearly $1,500,000 in order to buy an even more expensive one in the same neighborhood. Currently, the fighter lives in a large 2-story mansion of approximately 8,150 square feet of floor space. In a video posted on the channel QG, while some of Tyson's friends were visiting him at his residence, it was possible to get to see a little of the residence's interior. One of the points about Tyson's intimacy that got a lot of attention was his large collection of birds, an animal he seems to be passionate about. In addition, in the estate's external area, there is a lush landscaping with a strong presence of nature, it being full of shrubs. The site also features a large pool and even a small multi-level water fountain. And according to some sources, Mike Tyson is speculated to have purchased the property for around $2,500,000. Stone Cold, on the other hand, likes to live on farms. It was speculated that the ranch was featured in the reality TV show Broken Skull Challenge, but it was revealed that it was just a location made to represent the former wrestler's property. His real ranch, called Broken Skull Ranch, was located in Tilden, Texas, boasting many impressive environments and over 2,000 acres of land where alligators even lived in the lake. This place was sold by the former wrestler in 2017, but soon after, he acquired another ranch, this time located to the south in Nevada City, naming it Broken Skull Ranch 2.0. Steve Austin's current property covers a large portion of 40 acres of land and is full of enchanting landscapes, making it the place where he spends most of his time these days. Through his social networks, Steve Austin often shares a little of his routine on the incredible rural property. There is, for example, a large residence for him and his dogs, but little is known about its interior except that it has lots of glass doors and a beautiful wide plank floor. Among the spaces that have been seen are the kitchen with a huge worktop, a living room with cozy sofas, and a garage/shed for him to store his car collection. Outside, there are large fields where the former wrestler grows crops and others where he raises animals such as horses, as well as plenty of land for him to do with as he pleases. The ranch is also home to many species of animal life, such as a brood of chickens, which have their custom-built coop to live in. This place offers everything Steve Austin needs to live very peacefully, and to acquire this property, he had to fork out quite a bit of money. According to the media, the star bought the property for $2.9 million. Since we don't know the value of Steve Austin's old ranch, we'll leave this round tied. Score 1 for both. Sources of income. Both fighters also have other lucrative sources of income, but who stands out more in business? Mike Tyson, for example, has become an entrepreneur, investing in projects that seem to be paying off. He owns, for example, Tyson 2.0, a company that sells products made from cannabis. The business seems to be so successful that the company's official Instagram alone has almost 150,000 followers. Social media is also another of the fighter's sources of income. He has, for example, a YouTube channel that has 2 million subscribers, with videos that have reached tens of millions of views. On Instagram, he has over 20 million followers, and is where he takes the opportunity to promote his company's products. That's all not to mention his VIP presence at events, his famous appearances in Hollywood movies, and even exhibition fights he's been doing after retiring, which also continue to earn him a lot of money. Austin, for his part, has a few ventures, such as lines of drinks known as Broken Skull American Lager and Broken Skull IPA, in collaboration with the traditional brewing company El Segundo Brewing. Another source of income is merchandise sales. Through the Steve Cold brand, the WWE personality sells products linked to his image, such as t-shirts and other accessories. Over the years, he has decided to invest in his writing career, having already published books such as The Stone Cold Truth. Steve Austin's biggest source of income must surely come from royalties and advertising deals with famous brands, such as the 316 clothing line, the WWE 2K series of games, the Japanese company Kawasaki, among many others. And because it's difficult to determine the turnover of each business, we'll consider this round a draw. Points for both. Net worth. As two successful fighters in their careers, there's no doubt that they've made a lot of money. But who has accumulated the most wealth? Mike Tyson, for example, was once considered one of the highest paid athletes in the world. Most of his income came through his fights that were very successful and were broadcast worldwide, which also earned him a lot of money with pay-per-view. He even had millionaire contracts with television stations like HBO and Showtime. And of course, the amount of money he received for each fight grew as he beat his opponents and his name became more and more known in the world. To get an idea, it is estimated that adding up the bonuses, he received about a $1,500,000 against Trevor Berbick, a $2 million against James Smith, a $2,500,000 against Pinklon Thomas, a $5 million against Larry Holmes, a $10 million against Tony Tubbs, a $20 million against Michael Spinks, a $25 million against Peter McNeely, a $30 million against Bruce Seldon, an even unbelievable $103 million against Lennox Lewis in 2002, a figure that, adjusted for inflation, is worth over $150 million today. Adding up all his earnings, Mike Tyson earned at least $430 million, which is equivalent to over $700 million. And despite making so much money, in 2003 he surprised everyone when he declared bankruptcy, reporting being $23 million in debt. It is speculated that his financial problems were due to the fact that he lived an extremely luxurious life and did not know how to manage his expenses, added to the fact that his manager Don King kept a large percentage of all his earnings. Currently, he seems to have turned the tables and gotten financially back on his feet again. And while no one knows for sure what his current net worth is, we can estimate that he has at least $20 million, a figure that could be much higher if he had invested and managed his wealth better. Stone Cold, for his part, is not far behind. He was, for example, one of the most influential competitors of the Attitude Era, starring in major fights that earned him high incomes. Although it is not known how much Steve Austin earned per year from wrestling competitions, some rumors suggest that he earned between $5 and $12 million between 1999 and 2003. However, he didn't stop raking in the big bucks after retiring in 2003. That's because although he has left the ring, Steve Austin is still a wrestling star, always involved in competitions and perpetuating his legacy. To give you an idea of how much he makes, in 2021 alone, Sports Rush reported that he and WWE pocketed $3.66 million from merchandise sales. Added to his other sources of income, his turnover is even higher. It's speculated that with all his jobs combined, including brand endorsements, the star now earns around $3 million a year. Although no one knows for sure what Steve Austin's fortune is, some sources estimate that the former wrestler's net worth today, after all taxes have been deducted, is $30 million. But the figure is likely to be higher. And because he has a higher estimated fortune, Steve Austin wins this round. Point for him. At the end of the fight, we had 4 points for Stone Cold against 5 points for Mike Tyson, making him the winner. But if you believe that there are still other arguments to defend one of the two, write your best justification below. Hey, you like the video? So don't forget about leave your like and comment, and tell some suggestions of another videos, and hopefully we gonna do it. All about channel, deals to satisfy your curiosity.